All right. Forex Traders Show. Guys, we're back. I'm Roy Levine from Bulletproof Traders. This is episode 3. Guys, I think you're going to love this one. I'm going to take you to our real live bullish position we have on the S&P 500 just to show you why we decided to pull the trigger over there, which is all about a trading technique we call the Qualified Breakaway Gap. All right, so it's going to be super interesting. Without any further ado, let's go right ahead and dive in. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back, Forex Market Analytics. Thursday morning today, we're looking at the S&P 500, which presents this really interesting situation. In fact, our stop loss was jeopardized yesterday when price was dipping after a couple of days of pretty strong downside moves. And it was at its lowest point, it reached 30.69. So just 19 points was missing, for price to actually take our stop loss level. And I've placed it here, for a good reason. This probably could actually be an interesting example of why you'd never want to place your stop loss level right below the previous, in this case, the previous low. But if you're having a short position, obviously, then we're talking about the previous high. It's never a good idea to place your stop loss level behind the last, trough, whether it's a low or a high. And that's probably a good example for it, because usually price will try to chase that previous low, take it, right? Just imagine there are a lot of stop loss levels here below that, that previous low, and these stop loss levels are actually selling orders. And once price kind of dry up all these, sell orders, there is no more selling power in the market, and it's much more easy for price action to turn back up and resume the original move, which in this case, it's an upside trend. But I want to show you something quite interesting beyond what I just described. I'm talking about the 31 spot. Remember the 31 spot? We've been talking about this key level for so long, right? It is a Fibonacci projection, one of the prominent, key levels of that projection analysis that we've done. It was a long time ago, but it's still, it's actually more relevant than ever. And we were using this level as a target, right? We actually took a nice profit when price had reached that level. It was about 10 days ago. And then we've seen this remarkable gap, right? It was a gap up that kind of gapped right over that key level. It was such an amazing move, and we felt that it was a breakaway gap, right? This is what we call or a breakout gap or a breakaway gap, and it kind of gave us the confidence to jump right back in. That's what we did. We pulled the trigger again. We've reestablished our bullish position this time, aiming for the next projection level, which is 33.13. Right? We're still very far from that point, obviously. But I want to show you something quite interesting, guys. I'm going to zoom up again. So obviously, we've seen price react to that 31 spot, coming from above, retesting that level, making sure it's a solid support, and then flies up, beginning to lift off again. But it didn't last for too long, did it? Price just came up, came down pretty strong. And for a day, we thought that yesterday we actually thought that this might be, a legit breakdown, right? A genuine breakdown. But I want to show you how it looks like from the weekly perspective, because that's where we draw our confidence. Take a look. I've been marking it down right here. This is the reaction we're starting to get from the weekly perspective on that same 31 spot. So, it held pretty well last time the daily price action engaged. Now it's actually supporting the weekly price action, right? And it's holding pretty well so far. I mean, we still have a few days to go to the end of the week, but it looks like the 31 spot may actually hold. And it's actually that's our condition you know, if we want to carry on with this bullish position, price has to make it. This level 31 spot has to hold, and price needs to to go back into into the upside moves, into the original upside trend, and we think it's going to do that. Right now it's on the upside. Let's just make sure it stays there. We need another day or two. It's going to be positive, and you know, we're all in. Basically, we're probably going to increase the position because that's going to be such a strong vote of confidence. You know, for this 31 spot as a huge support level, and that's going to be very good news for our existing bullish campaign. So there you go, guys. Obviously, stop loss level still remains in the same, no change there. So there you go, S&P 500. We're still bullish. We're still here. We're going to come back, follow up as we usually do. See you in the next video. Take care.